Welcome to the 2019 EAW Space Cup again. Tonight, probably today for all the American viewers, we have a special treat for you, and it is the most anticipated game of Group H. Let's have a look at it. Here we have what I call the German group with Ingburn, Moonshield and Realmking, as well as Mr. Czech. And right now we are going to witness the game between Realmking and Moonshield, who are said to be the two best players in this group based on previous results. So this could be the first game in this tournament, at least that I am casting, that could go all the way to game 5, could provide close and high level games with good displays of skill on both ends, and an interesting and tactical draft as well. So without further ado, let's hop into the game. There we go, it's already hosted. Quick check on the overlay. And here they are. Wapu Wapu is Realmking, and in-game his name magically changes to Realmking, while Moonshield is one of the semi-old school players himself, and even though he's not been very active in the last years, recently he's picked up the game again and has dusted off his rust, so we should be in for a treat here. We've already seen Realmking, of course, winning 2 games 3-0, so Moonshield needs to step up to provide a good challenge here. The bans of both players are tickling in. We have a Endor ban of Realmking. I think we've seen this before by him. Taking notes here. Endor ban and Bothwi by Moonshield. Moon is right here. As he's the lower seed player, he will pick the first map. You can actually see the seeding in the overlay that I put on here. The upper name, Realmking, is the higher seed, and the lower name is always the lower seed player. I make sure that this is consistent, so you can just see the seeding by the player names that are displayed. The draft continues with a Naboo pick for Moonshield. One of the maps that has just about everything. It has an interesting layout with the stations side by side and a nebula in the bottom left corner, while the mines are located in the bottom right corner, or at least 2 of them, while only 1 is on the left side. So we have a bit of an asymmetrical map here, which usually provides for interesting games between evenly skilled players, which I think they both are. So, with the Naboo pick by Moonshield, probably one of the maps he's practiced a lot, Realmking goes for Empire, which is generally the easier faction to pick up if you're not 100% comfortable with what you're doing or the map. So we have a comfort map pick for Moonshield and a comfort faction pick for Realmking here. As far as I'm concerned, with the games I've seen, this is the first time Realmking picks Empire, which is a good sign that he really respects his opponent here. Because if you don't really know the skill level of your opponent, it's probably safer to pick Empire if you got the chance to do so, because little mistakes are more easily forgiven on this side. Let me take the note here. We have Naboo and Empire for Realmking and Moonshield as the picks in the first game. This makes the high seed Realmking a rebel. Gonna fix the overlay, and this makes us ready to spectate the first game. Good luck to both of them, and let's hope we're in for a treat here. Game is starting immediately. Fingers crossed. We don't have the map download bug, and we do have it. It's a bit of a staple right now, isn't it? I think they know the bug, and the rehost will be quick. I have actually talked both players into agreeing to do a little interview after the games, so we are gonna be able to hear what they are thinking about the games after they've concluded. And here their terrible German-English accent, just like mine. Good, here we go. Yeah, this game has its quirks and bugs and errors, but kinda gives it some personality as well. I mean, all the old school players kinda adore it. I don't know. You can't really be mad at the game for these things. I'm just gonna pick pink here so that the players can pick their preferred color and I don't get in the way. In before they pick pink. Now let's give Realmking a few more seconds. If he doesn't show up, I'm gonna try and get him on voice to ask what's the matter. And maybe we can help resolve it. And here we go. And into the game we go. It is Moonshield on the Rebels versus Realmking on the Empire side. It is Naboo. It is two high-skilled players duking it out. Let's get to it. Yeah, maybe we are like inching our way forward like in one of the last games. Since the Steam servers were down, we are having issues like that. And my prediction is we're going to end up in the game without the game actually starting and have to reconnect, and third time's the charm then. Yeah, just cancel here and refresh. And okay. Yep, here we go, third time's the charm. Let's go. Waiting to play Realmking. Huh. Okay, everyone's here? Nope. I don't know why this is. I mean, it's pretty consistent right now. With every try you get closer to the actual game. Oh boy. I mean, in the final video on Twitch, we're probably gonna crop like the beginning of this video. Yeah. And again. And here we go. The game is starting. We have the German players, Realmking and Moonshield. Moonshield on the Rebellion side doing the aggressive flyover over the top at the Nebula here to aggressively go for the enemy base mine, while Realmking is doing a standard start, sending one of his units to his base mine, while the other goes straight for the middle of the map to have maximum flexibility in what he's doing. Moonshield actually managed to micro his fighter around the Nebula for maximum speed. Good micro here. And he should be getting to this mine when it's about half built. Realmking is using this advantage in map control on the bottom right side to go for the first mine here, and he's probably gonna build it up. There we go. While Moonshield is trying to be as quick as possible in destroying this mine, and the next pass should do the trick. Realmking now, having seen this move of Moonshield, is mirroring it and is flying over to the enemy base mine, which is of course built right now, so it's gonna be very slow to destroy. However, Moonshield was the first in the nebula here and can probably build it. He needs to be quick though, because the TIE fighter is approaching, and there it is. But with 2 TIE fighters here, it should go down in due time. Maybe Moonshield will try to delay it a little bit, because it's hard for Empire to bring in more fighters. Moonshield has finished the top mine, of course, and with his army of X-Wings is now moving to the other mines and trying to destroy them as well. Topside Realmking is aggressively going, using pirate fighters even for the enemy base mine, standard move, and is increasing his presence at the bottom left to purge all the mines of the rebel player. Moonshield needs to be quick, because right now the next mine of Realmking is done, so Realmking has like outpaced Moonshield on the mine build-up / mine destroy business. And with that, the last mine of the rebel will probably be done in a second, while... oh, please close your ass for us, there we go. While the last mine of the Empire player stands a little bit longer. However, Realmking of course used 850 more gold to build these, because he built 3 of them. So these mines have to live longer to return the investment. The army of Realmking is moving over to secure the pirate dock. But Moonshield in theory should have had enough time to build something here. We will see whether it comes. And he did build pirate fighters to reclaim his base mine. At the same time that Realmking is trying to reclaim his own. So we really have players who are the equals here in terms of speed and decision making, and are now at the point where both players have 0 mines. However, Realmking with his completed mine at bottom has managed to accumulate enough money to build this one, while Moonshield didn't do so yet. Big dogfight at Pirate Dock. It's actually pretty hard for me to tell. Can I fix this? Not really. Space, it will reload. Nope. Okay. Can't like see who is who here, so we'll have to watch and see what's happening. Now with this taking so long for Moonshield, he's actually done a big mistake. Because now he's at a huge disadvantage. Realmking is ready to destroy it if he builds it up. But of course Moonshield is warned by Skyflame over there. And Realmking can... oh, big victory for Moonshield on the dogfight. So we now have an interesting situation where Moonshield has the fighters and Realmking has the income. So Moonshield needs to be quick about the enemy base mine to keep map dominance. Kill these if you can. Nice. And he's scouting the enemy mine who's being built right now. Sadly, he's only a lonesome pirate fighter here, and nothing more, and it's not even attacking. Little micro mistake there. Keep in mind this is the first game for both of them. Up here. So the micro should get crisper as time goes on. Moonshield is using his almost dead X-Wing here to scout a bit, which is a sound move. Just use your units, gain intel, gain vision, gain information. However, Realmking now has a clear economic advantage. While the base mine of Moonshield is now being built, Realmking has 2 mines and should be able to spam TIE fighters to equalize the advantage that Moonshield had. Another thing to note, the X-Wings are very vulnerable in the nebula as they are slow and can't evade the TIE fighters here. However, the lasers lack nothing of their punch and are going to chew through this mine rather quickly. Moonshield is doing a good thing. He's keeping some vision over there on the right side of the map to be flexible in going to the enemy base mine and to the other mines at the bottom here. Curious to see if Realmking decides to build something there, and he does. He builds the bottom mine, knowing that Moonshield right now has to slowly slug his way back out of the nebula, and he's stopping. Okay, a little bit of indecisiveness here. But now he's income again. He's leaving one of his fighters here. Should have probably used one of the more damaged ones, actually. Should build this mine if it's getting... if it respawns. Yep. and now he's leaving the Nebula to regain control of the Pirate Dog and to regain map control here at the enemy mines. He's denying Realmking the vision of the Nebula. Don't let anyone fly in there. While at the other side of the map, Realmking is trying to regain vision of the enemy base map. Realmking probably smells something about the bottom left and is moving over there. Good move there. Good reading of the map. Because Moonshield aggressively defended here, it's probable he's gonna build there. Just something you can kind of feel from his actions and deduce. While Moonshield is aggressively attacking the enemy mines, something a rebel player should do as his top priority. And as I said, Realmking had the funds to build a lot more TIE fighters, and he's called them in top to destroy the enemy base mine, which will soon put Moonshield at 0 mines again. If he's ballsy, he can try to build this one, but right now he's focusing on destroying the enemy mines. Now there's an interesting decision to make for the rebel player here, and it is whether to invest into more fighters or to try and keep one mine alive by building more of them. And right now I think he's doing the right thing and is increasing his fighter presence. Let's watch the range on these. And to try and destroy the enemy mine, while he's using the knowledge of the enemy position. He knows where the enemy is attacking right now to build this mine. However, Realmking already anticipated this again, so good map reading again, and is moving over here and probably can call in like 1 or 2 more TIE fighters. 3, even 4, yeah, he's got the funds right now. Hard time for the rebel player here. And it pretty much boils down to the speed at which he was able to rebuild his base mine. Before, Realmking had a long time of the +1 mine advantage here, and it now shows in the amount of TIE fighters he can field. Small things like that, like keeping enough money to rebuild your base mine, are especially important on this map with rather safe positions of base mines, and these totally can make the difference in close games like this one. Yeah, the game is getting harder for the rebel player here with the amount of TIE fighters. It's hard for the rebel player to move around without getting picked off like this. Especially as the rebel player at some point has to move into the Nebula, which is a death trap at this point, as long as Realmking leaves some TIE fighters in the vicinity. Yeah, we'll be able to see what Moonshield tries to do to salvage this situation. This admittedly very bad situation for him. He's losing grasp of this game right now. Can't take the Pirate Dog. Huge amounts of TIE fighters guarding this. However, Realmking still respects his opponent and is not moving over to the station to do some shenanigans like attacking it. While Moonshield, brilliant move here, anticipates the build-up of the mine, destroys it during the build-up, so maximum efficiency here. Well played. You should run away, however, now. Go, 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 move. Oh, and he's being cornered. This is painful to watch. Good distraction. Wow, well played. Nice move. Nice move. Will he anticipate this one and do the wraparound? Or is he just trying to do... Yeah, he's trying to deny the Pirate Dog right now. He's getting more X-Wings up here. The garrison is respawning. Realmking still has vision up here, so nothing to do there for Moonshield, and he's moving over to the mine. Movements are getting crisper for Moonshield. He's getting more comfortable with the... but he didn't do the full attack run. And now the mine is being built. So close. Yeah. It was the right move. He was like 2 seconds late, and this is probably GG. Yeah. Okay. Nice game. Very close game. Both players showed high skills. Moonshield did some very good moves with micromanagement. He also did some strategic hiccups, mistakes. I don't know, maybe he's not really has played himself into his comfort zone. while Realmking was very crisp on the strategic decisions, I think. But there's no giving up for the rebel player here. Destroys the enemy presence at the top here. He'll probably not have the funds to build it right now, as he has called in some X-Wings before. Something you can do with the X-Wings is like call them back to fly on the same side of the mine to give them a better leeway in regards to the approaching TIE fighters. And the mine's being built, and Realmking is on the other side of the map. However, I personally think Realmking is attacking now or maybe soon, so we'll see if that holds true. Or maybe he's just saying screw it, I'm at PopCap, I'm gonna attack the enemy base. Looks like he's doing right now. Yeah, and once he's doing that, he will probably also scout this one. Yeah, game is hard. Once the Empire has such an army of fighters, it's very hard for the rebel player to come back into a game. It can be done. However, this map is pretty snowbally for Empire because of the big nebula here. Once you have this mine and have enough TIE fighters, you can pretty much defend it and make the costs to attack it huge for the rebel player. There's the ship generator gun. Next up seems to be supply dock, while Moonshield is getting the pirate station, so he's continuing to play. He's playing for his honor, like never giving up. I didn't see Moonshield build many fighters, so may he actually have saved enough money for a... No, he didn't, he built fighters. Okay, so we won't see attack. He's just calling the fighters in, and we have the tech up. And there's the GG. Yeah, no way to win right now. Good! First game goes to Realmking. (1-0). Let's update the overlay. Good first game. Let's us hope for some really good games here. Moon seemed like he needed to warm himself up a bit. Seemed to... It didn't go fluently for him. It didn't get in the zone, to me it looked like. We're gonna ask him later about what he felt in the first game, to see what he thinks about it. And with the draft reverting the picking order, Realmking is picking Castle right now. And Moonshield is going for Empire. Maybe he's a bit unsure now that he's lost with Rebels and is saying, okay, I've made too much mistakes, too much micro involved, let's just go with the easy faction and go Empire. And I think the plays are ready. Let's go with high seed Rebel like this. And I know there were some games I streamed where the overlay didn't properly work, so I'm gonna double check right now. Yep, this looks good. And let's accept. And wish them good luck. Castle, bigger map, no nebula, so... Oh, I'm Rebel. Why am I Rebel? Okay, I screwed up there. Gonna support my man Realmking. Ah, Blackout is here. Okay. Okay, put him on the mic. Give me 1 second to do just that. Let's switch over. Hey, hey, hey.
Why, hello there.
Hello there.
I just noticed that you guys are online, and I thought I could, if you don't mind, if you thought I could
Oh, I don't.
approach with some duo commentary.
Yep, we can totally do that.
All right.
Yep. Lucky you, because I
Okay.
just fucked up by picking Rebel instead of Spectator, and we had to rehost.
Oh
And
no.
this gave you the chance to join.
Oh,
So,
excellent, excellent.
yeah, excellent.
So, hello there, stream. I take it the stream is not yet over, but I would assume that Realmking wins the last match.
Yep, right now. Right, we have a
Wow.
5 minute delay to prevent stream sniping.
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
as we are hosting this, the game is over. Realmking has won the first game as Rebels on Naboo. And
You mean
for
his
this,
Empire?
yeah, Empire, sorry, yeah. And he has actually picked Castle as the second map, while Moonshield went for Empire here. Maybe he didn't feel
Okay.
too comfortable on the Rebels in the first game, and has said,
Mm-hmm.
like, pick the less micro-intensive faction now to get more confidence in.
I see. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, Moonshot had a strong lead at the beginning, but I didn't see the whole match. But it looked like
yeah,
he allowed Realm King to get his base mine and maybe another mine up and
yeah.
running.
I think it pretty much boiled down to both players had 0 mines and had total
Mm-hmm.
map control at their own base mine. But Moonshield didn't
Mm-hmm.
have the funds to build it, while Realmking had, and there was
Yes.
like a 2 or 3 minute delay on Moonshield's side, and this
Mm-hmm.
then slowly snowballed into a lead for Realmking.
I see. I see. I'll be sure to rewatch the match later.
Yeah, it's a good
But
one.
let us begin with the new match.
Yep. The new match, I already introduced it. We can just start, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and go to
Yes,
play
that's
by
fine.
play. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let us see. Yeah, I really thought Moonshot had it in the bag the first game
Mm-hmm.
because Realm King left his mine undefended and died. But let's see Realm King. I want to see. I'm rooting for Realm King. I assume he's a lower seed.
Realmking is the higher seed here,
Oh, he is.
but
Okay, then I
seeding
have to root for Moonshield.
seeding is not based on skill level though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So who's the favorite going into this?
I actually don't know. I mean, Moonshield has
Okay.
played less games in the recent memory, I think, but
Hmm.
personally, from playing with both of them, I think he's the higher skill ceiling.
Okay.
So,
I have to root for the lower seeding or the not favorite.
yeah, I think they
Nothing.
are pretty even. I think they are totally even, and it could go either way.
Mm.
Yeah. So both players do the same start, going for the base mines, left and right, and then contesting the pirate dog in the middle, and moving over to
Mm-hmm.
the enemy side. We have a sleeping TIE fighter in the middle, and now it's moving.
It
How?
seems we have an X-wing being distracted over here. That's very not good for Realm King.
Yep.
It's a lot of firepower. He must be paying attention to up here attacking this one before it gets underway, which is very good, very strong.
And now Moonshield is going for the bottom right mine, a little bit late for my taste.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would agree. He got caught up at the pirate station.
yeah.
Now, do you think it's ever good to use TIE bombers on this map as Empire?
Um,
Or not so much? I've
no.
seen it been done before.
Yeah, I've seen
No?
it too,
Okay.
but I don't think it's. I mean, it can work. Everything can work,
Uh-huh.
right? But personally, I prefer to have more fighters because the map is rather big and you will need to move them around and like shift your firepower
Mm-hmm.
to other places on the map.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, some good micro here in the middle. Moonsheet was able to destroy some X-wings here for free, basically,
Ah.
and he's
And he's luring him away.
putting up a hard fight for the pirate dog. And actually, the attack on the Empire mine up here is rather slow, so it should be
Yeah.
kinda even in the times of destruction for these mines.
Mm-hmm. He's
So,
diverting his forces to centralize around that mine.
yeah,
But unfortunately, he gives up the other side of the map.
yep, and it's giving it up completely. I hope he has like 1 or 2 X-wings to call in here at the edge of
Mm-hmm.
the space station vision. But right now it looks
Yeah,
like
that would
Moon
be.
has gotten a free mine at the left side, which is a big thing on this map.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ramking now is trying to secure the pirate dock because he knows
Mm-hmm.
how important it is on this map, and Moon is sending
Yes.
reinforcements as well. So is this
It
gonna be
doesn't
the big
appear.
dogfight already? If
Yeah.
so, I think it's a good thing for for Empire, sorry, because he has the mine,
Mm-hmm.
so any delay is just increasing his advantage.
Yeah.
And
This is
curiously,
not looking.
look at this.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yes. Yeah, very good for Empire to leave a scout fight. Like you, much better for Empire than Rebel because TIE fighters aren't as potent as X-wings, and
Yeah.
you really need X-wings,
Now he just needs to
which
use
is
it.
why.
Maybe he can spot the direction of this X-wing coming in, and will. Yep. If it comes from down there, it
Yes.
probably built the mine before.
Yeah, that's a great tell.
Yeah.
Great tell.
Something I do is like I send them in an arc, so the enemy doesn't really know where I'm coming from.
Yeah, technically a little less efficient, but if they don't kill your base mine,
That's
then
efficient.
that's more efficient.
Right.
That is very efficient.
Yeah.
It looks like some of his X-Wings here don't have S-foils locked. I'm not sure. It looks like one of them's lagging behind, but maybe
Right.
he's just
Yeah, I don't
not
know.
letting them go away.
Right now it's good. Yeah, I don't know. And with the enemy fighters distracted, Moon can build the top mine and the other mine on the other side as well.
Mm-hmm.
So right now it's leaning more towards Empire, I'd say, because
I would agree too.
Yeah,
They have all the who has control of the pirate base? I would assume it's Empire.
it's Empire right now. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's
they
a
are
very
the
safe assumption.
pirate fighters coming in at the bottom.
And now, what Realmking's trying to do is he's trying to like dodge the laser fire, weave his fighters away from the TIE fighters, but it would appear that that's a very inefficient strategy, because it looks like the TIE fighters are able to retain more speed while they're turning than the X-Wings are,
Yeah,
which means the X-Wings took a lot more fire than they otherwise needed to, had they just gone straight forward.
yeah, yeah. Something Moon did in the last game, which was really good, is usually when you have these situations, your TIE fighters are attacking one of the enemy squadrons. And what Moon did is like divert this one squadron, and he lured the entire army of Realmking back around in a loop
Yeah,
and got all of his
yeah,
other
that's.
X-wings safely away. So
Hmm.
I really like
Yeah,
that.
that's. I like that too. I think that's something that Rebel players need to do more. Something I've been experimenting with as well by using the hotkey that switches like to the next unit. And it can be sometimes hard to find which X-wing they're deliberately targeting. Oh, there's a mine up here. That's very interesting. Moonshield did not cover this area with the TIE fighter, even though he probably should have, considering his overwhelming force.
Yeah.
But just anyway, to finish my thought real quick, I bound a hotkey to the next unit, and what I've tried to do before was I would move my X-wings one by one away from the dogfight until the TIE fighters would follow one of them, and then I would select that one and move that like backwards or somewhere else. Which they would either chase after it and leave my X-wings alone, or they would have to leave that X-wing alone, and then that X-wing can go about its own business doing something else.
Yeah. Okay, Pirate Dog is in Rebel hands right now, but it's changing. We have one pirate fighter coming for Realmking, attacking the top mine, while if he doesn't see the TIE fighters down there, he might do something stupid here, and he sees them. Okay.
Yeah, even though Moonshield, I think made an error by not protecting this mine here,
Yeah.
or not covering it with the TIE fighter. He certainly has the upper hand in mine, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
He also has a turret here, so he's probably very confident, very comfortable in that on the amount of money he's sitting on.
Yep.
And now he's attacking. Oh, I think he did what I mentioned last time. He attacked the hangar first before the shield generator.
Yep. Yeah, I think so too.
And he's attacking the supply dock now.
Yeah.
Which I really like. I really like that because the chances that Realm King is going to be teching at this time are very low. And if he were teching, that'd only be a setback, not a strategic blunder to not target the shield generator. So yeah, the supply dock, very vulnerable hardpoint, probably the most important hardpoint on the station. I think sometimes the communications array can be really good to attack too, because it blinds your opponent's minimap.
Yep.
And it's really annoying for them. I really wonder, might it be a viable strategy, like a panic strategy, to make a couple of bombers and rush the communications array?
If I did invest as much money into the bombers, I'd go for the supply dock though. Because it will repay over time any investment that I did, if I manage to destroy it, right?
Yeah. a good player though would probably be able to like just drag their mouse around the map and see what's going on, even if it is more annoying.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
still like
another point of micromanagement you have to keep in mind. So
yeah.
it just makes the game
Who
harder for the
knows?
opponent.
Maybe the rebel strategy is to attack the communications array on Polis because it's such a big map. Maybe that's your answer you're looking for. We have a small skirmish up here.
Yeah,
Bringing
Realmking's
both
not
the.
giving up. He's trying to destroy as many structures as he can. Not going
He's
without a
not
fight.
giving up, but he's also seeding this area here. Not really important because his starbase is like all but dead at this point.
Yeah.
Question for you: in this dogfight that's taking place up here, would it be better for Realm King or would it be better for Moonshield to target the X-wing or the pirate fighter?
X-wings because they have less shields.
Oh, okay. Pirate fighters have shields. I did not know that.
Yep, they have shields.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. They do not appear in the little when you hover your mouse over them. They don't appear, but that would be cool if we had an update where they could appear, where the shields
Yeah,
would be visible.
yeah,
I think that'd be a nice quality of life. I think other mods do it too,
yeah.
but
I mean, game is
the
over
Realm
now.
King Station. Yep,
So let's
it's the
wrap
last
this up.
hard point.
GG. Yeah, really GG. Moonshields took advantage of lack of map control on Realmking's side. So this time we have more of a strategic victory, while last time we had a economic mismanagement on the rebel side, I think. And with that, we have a score of 1-1. And I'm gonna update the overlay. Nice. I personally totally hope this goes to 5 games, right? Because if we get 5 games like these, I'm in heaven.
Oh yeah, I'm rooting for my boy Realm King.
Okay.
I
Now I'm rooting for
want to see him go.
Yeah. I think Realmking already is through the group stage. He's won his other 2 games. So for him, it's just about being first or second in the group.
Okay, I see.
While I think it's the first game for Moonshield.
That's how this works.
Yes. Third time, Moonshield picks the map. And Realmking picks the faction, and it is Geonosis. And it is Empire. Yeah, I mean, we have a 100% win rate for Empire right now, so it's probably wise for Realmking to believe in repeating what he did in the first game.
How sided do you believe this map is, Laney, faction-wise?
I think it's rebel-sided, but it's pretty volatile. Like, it's very hard for rebel to win, and if you do everything right, it's rebel-sided, but it's very hard to do everything right. So
what's one scenario in your mind that's really difficult to pull off as rebels that they need to?
yeah, as one thing that Empire can always give rebel a headache with is the location of the pirate dock, because if you as the Empire player send enough fighters there, then it gets really, really expensive for the rebel player to contest. So that's an inherent advantage for the Empire player. And
yes,
another thing is that if you don't micro your fighters well enough, you always stand fear of being targeted by the concussion missile launcher of the enemy space station while checking the enemy base mine. And if you do that a lot of times, you will slowly but surely lose X-Wings one by one, and in the long run, it will really cost you.
Yeah, those little things.
Yeah. So there's lots of room for error for the rebel player here, but if he plays it crisp, the small size of the map can play into his hands.
Okay. I guess we should get on with the match then.
It is.
I was just curious about your insight because, like, back in the day when I played, the top players would tell me that this map leans Empire. Well, more recently, I've heard, like, from Scythe, for example, that he finds it to be a very rebel-sided map.
Yeah, I think it's the map where there's the most disagreement.
Oh, really? Okay.
And we have some problem. And
didn't this resolve itself the last time this came up?
Nope.
It did not? Oh, okay. All right.
just go again.
Alright. One thing I did notice about the pirate dock, or the nebula rather, is that it is a non-ionized nebula, which means that the X-wings, even if they're not as strong in the nebula, they they can't escape as quickly. They keep their shields, which is very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Let's just accept and get the game going. And here we go. Right now we're looking at Moonshield side on the blue rebel fighters. Quick start for him. Almost couldn't move my camera as quick. Base mine is being built. Wow, that was close. That was close.
Ooh. Yeah, I hate like missing the base mine with your fighter.
Yeah, and he's
Because you just want to be
actually.
super fast.
Oh, I think he tried to build the missiles here, but he didn't capture it fully.
I'm not sure he tried to.
He made
but...
an arc
around
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think he did. Oh, sneaky mine in
so...
the middle for Realmking, and Moonshield probably did not see it.
It was kind of a mistake, though. He should have probably built the lower mine.
Yeah, agree.
But on the other hand, Moonshield's sending his X-wing in from the bottom right, which isn't a... Yeah. Is that a wise idea? Is that what you're supposed to do? Or are you supposed to leave your X-wing at the bottom right?
I'd use it to scout mid, yeah.
Okay.
If I didn't with other units.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that point, I'm not interested in building the mine at the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point right now in the map, in the game, I probably would be, because I know that the enemy's calling all his fighters here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Small dogfight with the enemy at the pirate dock, right?
Yeah, lots of dogfights. I think it would have been wise for Realmking to drop a pirate fighter at the pirate dock as well as the TIE fighter. Because the pirate fighter in the nebula, ooh, that's a really strong position to have.
Yeah.
I kind of disagree with how. Yeah, I kind of disagree with. It's kind of funny. Realmking, I think, overcommitted to the rebel base mine, but Moonshield, I think, undercommitted.
Yeah.
Because he divided his forces between the middle and the base mine.
Mistake from Moonshield.
Yeah, I would say so.
Because I mean, where else is Empire going at this point in the match?
Mm-hmm.
Empire sees middle, sees top. Only thing he doesn't see is bottom, so he will go there. Yeah. And the mine should be done in one pass.
Ooh, very nice.
Yep. But as of now, we are at 0 mines for every player, and Moonshield has 1 turret, so a little bit better map control there. And he's actually using his X-Wings to try and destroy some TIE fighters there.
Yeah.
And
the thing is, the Empire can't run away, but the rebels can.
Yeah, and now they're fighting on the tower.
Yep, Realmking notices, so he's leaving, but he was already pulled in. The turret doesn't seem that effective at this range.
Yep.
But nonetheless.
But Realmking is already building his base mine again, and Moonshield has no units there. So a bit too much of a...
But Realmking keeps getting... Yeah, Realmking keeps getting baited over here, though. Not paying as much attention as he should, but he has control of the pirate dock, a base mine, control of the middle, and has 3 fighters on their way to the base mine. Something I object to about Realmking's play is he kind of plays Empire a bit like Rebels, where he likes to keep his fighters in like big masses. But the problem with that is that TIE fighters are slow. So if the Rebels are able to get a mine up because your fighter isn't guarding an area, it can be a huge problem for you. Because your TIE fighters are just so slow. If they're spread across the map like he has them, then you only have... It's not like Rebels where you can just amass your forces. So Moonshield is attacking the middle, as he wisely should. And then he'll probably head to the Empire base mine.
Yeah.
I think what's left to see... yeah, it finished. I think what's left to see is if Realmking builds this middle mine here while Moonshield attacks his base mine. And now, this is interesting. And now Moonshield's doing the same thing Realmking did, like wiggling his fighters, but I think overall that does lose some speed. Oh, something I do want to point out. pirate fighters are slower than TIE fighters. So if you mix pirate fighters with TIE fighters and you try to move them in one like go, the TIE fighters will slow down as much as the pirate fighter, even though the TIE fighters are faster. So I think Moonshield got out of it for free, out of that chase of the fighters.
Mm.
That's just my opinion. But
Well,
now again, he leaves
yeah.
the base mine uncontested. He also doesn't protect the pirate base, which might be a good move on his part. But now that he clearly has fighter dominance, he'll probably want to commit more fighters to the pirate base, because if the rebels get the pirate base, that'll be very inconvenient. Now let's see if Realmking notices this over here with his one TIE fighter. So he does build the mine in the middle. Maybe he'll build the second mine. If he does, then we can tell that he's very comfortable with his supplies.
Yeah.
Moonshield has taken the pirate base, though, and now he's leaving it alone because
He needs
Moonshield
the
doesn't appear
units.
to be able to save any X-Wings
Yep.
or spare any. Not to mention it is a very vulnerable place for X-Wings. And Realmking does send the pirate fighters. Let's see, he goes past them, probably unintentionally, but still a wise move, I think. Pirate fighters defending the pirate bay. Oh no, he turns them around! No!
Okay. And Moon sees the mines in the middle right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's lost 2 of his
Okay,
4
sends one back
squadrons
in.
at the enemy base mine though.
Mm-hmm.
So 1,000 credits lost there.
Yeah. And then there's this going on right here, let's not forget.
He will lose his X-Wing, I think.
You think one X-Wing loses to one pirate fighter?
No, but
What
Ramking
were
will
these?
send in reinforcements.
Oh, okay, yeah. If he notices. I'm not sure if he will
He
notice.
probably does.
Okay. And then again, he moves the TIE fighter back to the middle when he could just keep it by the mine as an eye, because he's clearly winning like the fighter dominance battle.
Yeah, good point.
I'll be right back. I need to get some more water.
Okay. Yeah. We see a bit of a replay of the last game, where the rebel player wasn't able to gain control over all parts of the map. The Empire player was able to build one mine, and from that just snowballed the amount of fighters he has. So for any aspiring rebel player, you need to make sure that you can control all parts of the map, which is hard. Like I said, rebels are a bit harder to play, but it's definitely doable because the top players like rebels, maybe even more than Empire. So yeah, there's that. Now, with that, this third game goes to Realmking, which leaves us
I
at
am
a
back.
2-1 score. And we go to the fourth game, in which Realmking can win 3-1 if he pulls this off. Or
Yeah,
maybe
look at Realm.
Moonshield can move this on to a 5-game affair.
By the way, Laney, which maps did they both ban in the beginning?
They banned Endor on Realmking, like he did in his last game, and they banned Bothawi on Moonshield.
Oh, very interesting. Okay. Those are wow. I'm always surprised when well, I shouldn't say always, but when more experienced players don't ban Polis, it's a bit surprising because that's considered to be the most Empire-sided map in the pool. However, the thing about Polis is if you choose, well, maybe actually it may not be a wise decision to choose to ban Polis, because the way the format is set up, if someone is to choose Polis, the other player can always choose Empire.
Right, I think if you pick Polis, you need to really know how to play a Rebel on there because the enemy will probably pick Empire. Yeah.
Okay.
So now, we have Carson pick for Realmking, and Moonshield actually picks Rebels. So he's not done with Rebels. Third game for him on Rebels here. Carson is a big map, so the Rebel speed advantage can come in handy, especially in securing the middle. Yeah. Gonna take a quick note here. We have Realmking picking Carson, and we have Moonshield picking Rebels. Just for the record.
So is this a rebel-sided map?
I'd say so, yeah. But
okay.
I might be wrong. It's not one of my strongest maps, I think.
Yeah, me neither. It's like, yeah, you do have the X-Wings that are able to hit hard in the middle and at the base mine, then go back to the middle. And then you have all the canisters too that are anti-Empire. But then you have the pirate dock surrounded by Nebula.
Yep.
And it's also very far away. So the rebels, in order to it would appear to me that the rebels really need to have a presence in that area, or at least early on, before they establish map control.
Yeah.
Because if not, if they lose sight of that area, it's extremely costly and time consuming to get back to it.
Right. I think this pretty much boils down to the speed and efficiency of the movements at the beginning of the game for the rebel player. Like, can he be quick about destroying the enemy base mine, using his speed to get over there and get on with it? While the Empire player typically has to wait a bit longer until he can attack the enemy base mine. So this little bit of speed advantage needs to be carried over into mid-game. And then you can use the speed of your X-Wings to control the map.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so now let's look whether he can do what I just said and use the speed to his advantage. And here we go. Coruscant, it is Moonshield on the Rebels, and it is Realmking on the Empire. Game 4 in this best of 5, it is 2-1 for Realmking. Let's see how this goes. Typical start for Rebels, base mine and middle, while Realmking is going for a, in my eyes, unconventional start and is moving to the bottom first.
Seeding the middle. Now, is this a map where you can tie ladder effectively?
No. The first tie
No?
is being built. I think yes, you can. Actually, yes, you can.
Okay.
If you send one in the middle and build two, you can tie ladder.
Okay.
But then you need to ignore bottom, which would then be your decision. Moonshield actually was quick enough to deny the turret up here. Interesting point here. And is able to build his own defense satellite. So speed advantage used right there. However, Moonshield is only now sending X-Wings over to the pirate dock, so Realmking should have time to build an IPV there. Dogfight at the bottom mine, which is nothing the rebel player wants. He should just move his unit away to keep area denial. Yeah, if I had to point out one thing Moonshield could be doing better right here is doing less of these small dogfights and skirmishes. And just keep your units around, out of reach of the Empire player, and deny the area.
You must forgive me. I was responding to someone interested in our stream, so I lost a little track about what's happening. But it would seem that, man, I guess I'll just keep track of my. Everyone else knows what's going on. I don't like this in the middle, where Moonshield has like half of his X-Wings here. Not even half. They're like spread out in three main parts of the map, where he has two or more. And then up here in the pirate base, there's only one fighter. He has not used the canister. I doubt that... Oh no. Okay, yeah, he loses. I doubt Realmking was paying attention to that fight up there.
Yeah.
And he could have easily gone and got that canister destroyed
Moon is
and taken over.
the dangerous mine in the middle because of the location of the enemy fighters here at bottom.
I don't like how... Yeah, go ahead.
They are going left, so it's probably fine.
I don't like how Realmking left the middle uncontested. Shouldn't the Empire at least build one turret in the middle just to secure two of the mines with the turret?
If they can, they probably should, yeah.
Yeah, if he built this, Realmking, he could contest all three mines with the laser turret.
Yeah, but he can't build it while the rebel turret is down there.
Can the rebel turret reach that though?
Yeah.
Isn't that out of range for it?
No, he can reach that.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay, my mistake.
These two can reach. The left one can't reach the middle.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's surprising.
Yeah.
So again, Realmking with his fleet of fighters here, which I do, again, object to. Yeah. Because they're not very... They're powerful, but they're not as strong.
He has used all his fighters to secure the pirate dock, but now he's nothing at other parts of the map, like down here.
Yes, and then ironically, Moonshield here has left one of his fighters to guard the base mine.
Yeah.
Or at least to scout it out, which is a very Empire thing to do. And then Moonshield's force here is very split up. I'm not sure if he notices. What I think he'll try to do here is lure the TIE fighters to this canister here.
Yeah, if you can do that, that would be so
Then
good.
he can turn this around, because it's not looking good for him at all.
But Realmking seems to be aware of it. And yeah.
And he blows it up and loses one fighter, but that's a lot better than being lured into losing your entire squadron.
Oh, look at this.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if he scouts. He should see the TIE fighters passing by, and he's moving over. And he's turning around.
Oh,
no! Moon!
Maybe the X-Wings were being dumb.
Oh,
he brings an IP.
There's the IPV.
Oh.
Okay. Now the only thing he needs to worry about is the bottom line.
And it looks like he's going right there. And he sees that. I hope he sees that Realmking is not challenging the middle very much. Yeah. Especially where that turret is. Realmking doesn't want any... He doesn't even want this mine up here. Which is completely safe from that lower turret.
Yep. Pirate fighters coming in for Moonshield. Made use of the pirate dock. And the Empire units are moving over. Yeah. Pirate dock is now in the hands of Realmking. While Moonshield needs to hurry up with the mine before the Empire units arrive. Now the IPV is a strong presence in the top side of the map there. He can even move it mid if he wants to.
But it is a huge cost.
Yeah. And Realmking had this mine down there for a long, long time. So
yeah.
That's that.
But now it does looks like there's going to be a chase, and Realmking predicts that, or at least Realmking is going to the middle now, predicting that the Moonshield might also go in that direction.
Yeah.
But again, Moonshield leaves his lone fighter here. That's probably much better, because it's a pirate fighter.
Which isn't even that quick anyway.
Yes. Which means he's probably looking to get this mine back. Another interesting thing to note is up here, the IPV and the base mine. Now, can the Empire Station number 1 see this base mine right now? And number 2, can this Empire Station concussion missile launcher attack this mine or some other weapon?
Why is Moonshield going down there? Probably because he cannot see it from the station, right? He wouldn't go down there otherwise.
That's a good idea. Yeah, probably. Probably.
Yep. And this
and then
is probably
he's looking somewhere else. Yes. And he's messing up. He's trying to do the thing with the X-Wings, but it's costing him more X-Wings than it's saving him.
Yeah.
Which is very unfortunate. He's like, why isn't it working? But then Realmking also has his mine built up here.
Yeah.
Oh, but finally Realmking sends his fighter back down here rather than keeping one there for safe measures. But still, hey, it works. And now here he's choosing to go to that mine instead of finishing off the X-Wings.
Yeah, however,
which is very interesting.
I'm wondering what Moonshield is doing right now with his money. I didn't see any fighters coming for quite some time.
I don't think he has money. I think maybe he queued up some pirate fighters on the pirate dock when Realmking took in, and then that really hurt him.
Maybe.
That's my suspicion, but I'm not sure. And so this IPV, what he's doing now is making sure this mine is not being built. He moved it away initially, so the TIE fighters would be less likely to see it as the TIE fighters came to get the mine. Is he turning around? No, he's just leaving it there.
Maybe Moon's trying to build this.
There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now, the IPV... Okay, there we go, yes. So the station cannot see it. Which he probably noticed when his station couldn't see his mine. Now, that doesn't mean stations... It's not always fair on every map for the stations.
Yeah.
He took a gamble, likely, and paid off.
But Moonshield really should use his IPV and move it to the middle. It's sitting there. I mean, you don't need it to protect your mine. So just move it.
I would agree, but now Realmking is moving toward his base mine, suspecting something may have been going up there.
Yeah, maybe just to destroy the IPV. I mean, he knows it's there. He knows it's bothering him.
Also, this mine is up now.
Yeah.
But now Moonshield has the mine up, and he probably suspects the TIE fighters are coming because he could see their general direction.
Yeah, he's trying to point his IPV into the right direction, I think.
Yeah, but IPVs are weird, so... Uh-oh, let's see. He does not have power weapons enabled, so he'll probably wait until
his shield is
depleted. Oh, he looks like he's turned it on.
Yeah. She's a gonna
which is
anyway.
probably the wise move anyway. But it's going to get destroyed just because it's getting overwhelmed. But Moonshield builds this mine here because he knows Realmking isn't keeping fighters in the areas of interest. He's keeping them in one large fleet. So he's taking advantage of that as best as he can.
Yeah.
But finally, Realmking keeps one fighter that he was just about to leave. But now, because Moonshield was too quick, unfortunately, he couldn't know better. Now his X-Wing is in trouble.
Yeah. Just fly away. Don't wiggle. Just go. Yeah. Mid is being scouted again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's always a bit of a. You always need to ask yourself, like, if the enemy's done doing what they're doing right now, where will they go? So you can look ahead 30 seconds, 1 minute into the future, and decide based upon that.
Let's see. He'll probably keep attacking the mine, but there's a chance he could go for the turret. A lot of new players make the mistake of going for the turret when the mine is perfectly vulnerable.
Yeah.
But
he
no,
can
he
go
goes
for
for the
the
mine.
turret
He knows
now.
better.
Yeah, he can go for
Yeah,
the
he
turret
can
now.
if he wants to, but does he want to? No, he's
I'd
still
say
afraid.
yes, but yeah.
No, I think he's too afraid. But now he's taking map control. He has 2 mines built, a third mine being built. Control of essentially every point on the map.
And Moon only has his garrison right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And here we go.
Now he attacks the turret.
Because with this amount of fighters, it's a pretty soft target actually.
Mm-hmm. I think Moonshield is Did he resign last game?
I do think so.
Okay. Oh, and he tech upgrades.
And
He's
there's
flexing. There we go. Yep. End of game.
End of game.
All right, well. That was very surprising, actually. I thought Moonshield was going to take it clean, but no, Realmking. Wow.
I'm just gonna
I'm
ask
surprised.
them to come over to this Discord voice.
You have to drag them in here because this is unrestricted. Or you could, I mean, this is a restricted voice channel, but we can move over to a different one.
Yeah, I just told them to come over. We can just go into the first channel. Yep, like that. And
so what did you think, Lainey? What did you think? I know you were disappointed that you didn't get Game 5.
Yeah, totally disappointed. Not really. I mean, especially the fourth game was really good, I think. So more of that I'd gladly take. Yeah, what do I think? I think Realmking looked to be in a better shape just from being comfortable with what he's doing. It's not like that he's playing the best game that is possible or something like that, but he has his playstyle and he just plays it and he knows it's working. And here they come. While,
Hi.
Hey.
Congratulations, Shibes Cat, aka Realmking, for the win.
Thank you.
It's a 3-1. We had hoped for Game 5 because all the games were really good.
Sorry.
Yeah, we were just discussing like how to classify both of you, like what are the differences in your playstyles and what's made the outcome the way it was. But I'd rather like go through the games real quick with you two.
Sure.
I saw one move in the first game that you did, Moonshield, where the enemy TIE fighters were chasing your X-Wings on Naboo, and then you picked out one half dead, maybe like 90% dead, even X-Wing, and turned it around and all of the TIE fighters chased tail. And
yeah, I was rather proud of that, but in the end it didn't really matter. So
yeah, I love that move. That was really good.
How are you able to pick out your fighter? Was it just losing its health the most rapidly?
I would say there was a conscious decision behind it, but maybe I just picked some unit at random, so can't really tell it at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't remember.
How confident were you going into the first game? Picking Naboo,
Well,
probably the map you want
playing
to play.
Rebellion is always kind of hard in the higher matchups where it can swing both sides.
Yeah.
Really, really easily. So, with Rebellion, it's kind of harder to play. So, I was okay with losing that game.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta try what you gotta try.
Yeah. Actually, from the viewer perspective, there was a really clear-cut point in the first game that probably decided or pushed the game in one direction. And it was at the point where there were 0 mines on the map, everything had been destroyed, and you both had one fighter unit at your own home mines or base mines. And then Realmking actually had the funds to build it after 10, 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And on your side, it took time and it took longer, and
Mm-hmm.
then finally you could build it. And I think this advantage just snowballed in the first game then. Yeah, so
Seems reasonable, yes.
yeah, so maybe having built just one X-Wing too much or something like that. These little things decide games at this level, and
Yeah, I always keep track of my credits. So if I have around 800 to build a mine, if I have the opportunity to build one.
Yeah.
Because playing without a mine is just unplayable, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
especially with Rebellion.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Keeping track of your credits, maybe saving up some, not using all of them. But then again, if you use them and can gain complete map control, maybe that's better. But usually it's always good to be flexible, to have the money to build the mine. Yeah. Especially for Rebel, where the units are pretty expensive. So I just found these 2 points of the first game rather interesting. The move we saw from Moonshield there, and the mirrored situation with the base mines and how that affected the rest of the game.
Oh, I remember now why I chose this one, because I saw all the TIE fighters aiming at this one, so I sent him on his way and decided to save the others.
Yeah.
I saw the HP dropping now that you mentioned it.
We should call this move the Moonshield now.
Yes, please. Copyright.
Copyright, right. Okay, second game. Realmking, you pick Castle. Any special reason to that? Are you comfortable with both sides on this map?
I usually like the map, but yeah, I usually like the map if I win, but unfortunately, I didn't this time.
Yeah. What was the reason behind the Empire pick for you, Moonshield, on the second game on Castle?
Well, I think that Empire is rather strong.
Just on this map.
As I said, no, in general.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just, as I said, at this level, the better pick usually. Mm-hmm. I know that I didn't pick it in at Coruscant, but usually it's the better pick, in my opinion.
We talk about Coruscant a bit later. Yeah.
Please don't.
No, let's do. I'm very interested in Coruscant.
Yeah. We were both agreeing before the game started that we don't really know how to play Coruscant correctly. So we were really curious at what's gonna happen. Okay, so Castle, you picked the Empire because you just think generally it's the easier faction for you to play at the level you both are playing at. And I think I agree with that. I mean, I've played some games with you in the last weeks, and I think both of you are pretty much at a similar level. Today, Realmking was better. Maybe tomorrow Moonshield will win. I don't know. But in the games we played, I had the feeling like you've got 95% of the game nailed down. But the last 5% are usually Rebel things. The last 5% just boost your Rebel game so much more than your Empire game. So, yeah. There's that. Good. A third game, Geonosis. You picked Geonosis. Any particular reason to why you like this map?
I think it's possible to win as Rebels, and I knew he would probably pick Empire. Mm-hmm. So I tried to go that way, but as it turned out, Rebellion cannot win in my hands on Geonosis against Rebellion.
Okay. Yeah, I think
And I had some mechanical errors at the beginning that the
With the
second
turret,
X-wing
right?
turned around, and I thought I wasn't sure if I should build the pad at that point, and then it was too late for the home mine to really make a difference. So it was fully built, and
then you split your units mid and top.
exactly,
Yeah. I think it was the weakest game of yours today.
Yeah,
It
I
just
think so as well. Yeah.
started on the wrong foot, and then it was like, I know the feel when you start
Escalated downwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a negative spiral, because you start battling and you think, oh my god, shit, I need to salvage this somehow, and then you're nervous and you're not in your zone, and the game just gets harder.
The zone. Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, it's just that. One thing we noted with Realmking is you tend to play Empire a lot like some people play Rebels, like keeping one big army of TIE fighters moving around.
But hold up, Laney. Let's let Realmking rewatch the stream, see what we have to say.
Oh
Yes,
God.
we give both of you we give our commentary on the moves that both of you pull, and if I were you, I would definitely go back and rewatch it. I think you'd both, especially you, Realmking, I think you would appreciate it a lot. I think you will certainly take some insight from it, because sometimes Moonshield would do things that the Empire player would usually prefer doing, and then more often than not, you would do things that the Rebel player tends to prefer doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it worked out for him, so whatever.
I just like the gameplay with one big army, but I also like splitting like one unit to keep track of one mine, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That is, for example, easier for Empire because the units are just way cheaper than Rebel.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And yeah, I mean, you need to somehow keep tabs of the whole map. I think in some cases this was like the main problem Moonshield had, like having up areas of the map where you just couldn't reach at the moment. Yeah. Like Blackout said, rewatch the stream. I think it would be very insightful to see both sides and have the counter. Good. Anything about Coruscant? Do you want to ask something about Coruscant, Blackout?
I want to ask Moonshield, since he was a Rebel player, how do you prioritize the pirate base and keeping that over everything else?
Why I do it, or
no, how you do it? Because to me, that seems like the most tricky part of the map is Rebels, because if you lose vision on the area, then it's really costly and really timely for you to even get back to contest that area.
Very
but
true.
If you lose it, it's like
I mean,
it's really bad for Rebels.
As we saw, it didn't work out the way I did it. I think it was a mistake to send all 5 X-wings I had at that point to the pad. As we reached the end of the game, but I'm not really sure how I prioritize it. I might have to watch it again to see what I did.
If I were asked the same thing, I probably would have like a similar response. And to you, Realmking, were you really afraid of contesting the middle for most of the game? Like, did you fear that he had some sort of presence there, or some other turret, or something else that would cause you problems?
Since he had the turret at the bottom, I was only scared that he would build like the bottom right mine most of the time. Because top he couldn't defend with the turret, and bottom left was just like when I went down to the bottom left mine. I always could keep track of it.
Yeah, just
so yeah, when I saw the laser turret, I just didn't try to hard contest it. Just keep track of the mines.
Okay, that makes sense.
I definitely have to watch that game again, because I already said right after the game to Realmking that I checked the mine he built in in the middle, the top one.
Mhm.
And I checked it because I knew Empire would probably build it. So I checked it really quick, but no units were there. So I sent the X-Wing somewhere else, I don't remember. But then apparently he built it right after I left the mine.
Mm.
So I have to watch it again, but that obviously was the crucial point in this game. I had no idea he had the mine the whole game. I had no idea he was there. So
yeah, I was really speculating with the top mine, because after I built it, I saw the bottom left mine grow red.
Save me.
I was kind of scared, like, holy fuck. But in the end, he didn't see it, so it was kind of good for me.
Hello.
Sorry, we are doing a live stream right now. Just muted the guy. Yeah.
So in hindsight, I should probably have picked Empire because, as I said, it's usually the better pick in these matchups. But yeah, whatever. I have 2 more games, so
yeah, just win those and
yeah,
see
exactly.
you again in the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you have absolutely the ability to do so. So I'm not doubting that we'll see you in the playoffs.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Moonshield or Realmking, before we end the stream?
I feel like an administrative thing maybe that that the better player or the higher seed player can choose the factions is very decisive in my opinion.
More important than the actual map, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So the better player has also the better faction most of the time.
Yeah. 2 notes on that.
And Polos is a shitty map.
Okay. 2 notes on the drafting thing. First is the seeds are not skill based for the group stages. They are just random. They tend to actually fall in line with skill, I think, but they are not skill based. But that just as a side note. Second thing is, yes, I agree that in my opinion, faction is the more important pick than map. And I've actually had a pretty long conversation with Divine, who what's the word? Yeah, he made the drafting system, like he decided how it's going to be. Where I tried to convince him to do it otherwise, but he thinks there should be this kind of advantage to the higher seed player, and it's his tournament and it's his decision, and we just have to deal with it.
I'm also not sure how you would change it so it's better. I mean, one player always has the advantage to choose the faction, so there's always one player who has.
Yeah. But I mean, right now it's
who can choose the side more times than the other player. So
right.
the advantage is somewhere.
It's 1, 3, 5, or it's 2 and 4 from the games, and yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is the first tournament we are really doing here on this caliber. So after the tournament, we will all sit down and see what worked and what didn't work, and adjust for the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. I think with that we can wrap it up. Thank you to both of you for letting us stream this and for giving us these high skill, fast paced, high octane games. They were very to watch.
And thank you for letting me commentate. I know I kind of barged in during the second game or whatever, but I wanted to. I like commentating.
Yeah, and I like the relief of like being able to look at other things while you're talking. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. And with that, we will conclude the stream here. Good luck to both of you in the tournament further on. Realmking, you are through. See you in the playoffs. And Moonshield still has to place 2 games in his group stage, so good luck on that.
Yes.
And to other viewers, see you again in the next games. It's Sunday evening in Germany, and it's Sunday afternoon in America, so we will probably see some more games today.
Oh, yay.
At least I hope so. And with that, see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.